Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Back with a very exciting video. It's going to be a two-in-one. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a life update for a few minutes, and then the second part of this video is going to be one that I used to love making in the past, which is my budget results video, because I just closed out my budget and I can't wait to show you guys how we ended. Leave timestamps down below if you guys would like to skip throughout the video, but let's go ahead and get started with the first one. All right, you guys, I know that I haven't been super consistent here on YouTube like I've been in the past years, but if you guys know, I had a baby back in February. He is now 7 months old, and I can't believe that it has taken me this long to kind of get used to the whole 2 under 2 life, but finally ready to come back to YouTube. Let me catch you guys up on what's been going on. Like I mentioned, Richie is now 7 months at the time that I'm filming this. Vitto, my toddler, turned 2 in July, and he has gotten potty trained, which is definitely a huge help, not only for my budget because of the price of diapers, but also because cleaning 2 stinky baby diapers every few hours is no joke. I also feel like ever since he started being more independent with things like potty training, I've also seen him stepping into his toddler era, and it's honestly so fun watching him grow and just hearing him say things that he wouldn't say before, or even saying things correctly. So Vitto's just thriving. As for Richie at 7 months, I think his personality is definitely showing, and I love how much I can see that brotherly like bond between Vitto and Richie, which is something that I've always dreamt of in the past. And it's honestly the sweetest thing. Like, Vitto makes Richie laugh all the time. Vitto will give Richie kisses, hugs, and whenever he can help, like by passing me diapers and even trying to feed him his bottle, he definitely will try to step into that big brother role, which I really love about just this whole era. Although it is definitely not easy and sometimes very chaotic, I honestly love this stage of motherhood for me. So that's a little update for Vitto and Richie. As for myself, as of now, I think that there is some time to start focusing on my health and wellness. Definitely feel like I can carve out some time. So for that reason, moving forward, when I do my monthly reset videos, I will definitely include a health and wellness section for monthly goals, because that's something that I really want to start focusing on, especially because I had 2 babies under 2. I really don't feel like I let my body recover 100% in between pregnancies. So I definitely want to be really adamant about this health and wellness journey and kind of put myself first, because that's really what I haven't been doing. So whether that be moving my body, eating better, or just taking care of my mental health, that's definitely something that I want to put as a priority now. And before you guys are asking about if we have any plans to have any more babies, because I feel like you guys might be curious about that, I personally don't think we'll be having a baby anytime soon. I feel like 2 kids is plenty for us right now. I feel like we have our hands full. So for those of you who are curious, we are not planning on having a 3rd baby anytime soon. Aside from health and wellness, I also wanted to mention something new for me work-wise. As you guys know, I have a sticker shop, romina.rossa, which had been my main source of income ever since 2019. And although I had thought about going out and getting a job, with how expensive childcare is right now and with the opportunities that I've been able to get the past few weeks, things are definitely looking up. And I did mention this in my August monthly reset video, but I have been starting to get brand deals, especially to make UGC content, sponsorships. And although it has been very different for me, I really have been loving making content and videos for brands, because that really lets my creativity show. And if you guys know, I'm a very creative person, and I feel like this is a whole new outlet that I didn't have before. I mean, I've always made YouTube videos. This is like completely different videos and media and content. So I really have been enjoying it, and it has brought an increase in our income, which is always nice. So with all these changes, having 2 kids, new expenses, our budgets definitely look a little different. So if you guys would like to see our August budget results, then keep on watching. All right guys, so we are back in my budget planner, and just as I promised on my last video, the August budget results, I went ahead and filled out every single section of this planner. So I have here my monthly view, which is where we track all of our expenses. I love to track my expenses with stickers and just making it cute, and in the past that has definitely motivated me to keep on budgeting. So I'm going to be doing it again now that we're back into it. I have here all of my stickers from my shop, romina.rossa.com. I have my key here with all of my different budget expense trackers. I have my bill due stickers. I even have some deco pieces here, and all in all, I just love how cute it looks, and I'm definitely going to keep doing this as the months go by. I have my August budget, which we're going to be closing working out today. And then I have this new page. Well, not so new if you are a long-time subscriber of mine. This is my variable income page where I like to track my variable sources of income. So aside from the brand deals in my Romina.rossa sticker shop, I also have other sources, and then I have a whole like spending section specifically for them. Some sources that I have here right now are Poshmark, YouTube, Amazon, affiliate commission, and last but not least I have Facebook. I actually just started posting on my Facebook, so I'll definitely have that link down below if you guys are active on Facebook. I've been posting some of my content on there. I was actually able to get sort of, I think it's called like a creator bonus, because I already have a following like on YouTube and a little bit on other social media platforms. So I have been getting a paycheck from Facebook, so I did want to include that in there. And then aside from that, I have the spending tracker, which in the past I have used it mainly for things like YouTube, because I would make videos of certain products. When I purchase them, that is considered a business expense. Do also have business expenses from my actual shop, romina.rossa, but those are completely separate from this. Aside from that, I wanted to show you guys how I have been weekly checking in as well. This is my weekly check-in page, which as you guys can see, there are some red markings, so we are over in a few of our categories, and I will go through those in a second. But budgeting this month and weekly checking in makes me feel like I'm at home. I used to love making my weekly check-in videos, so just being able to do this once again with all the new categories, specifically ones for our babies, definitely makes me so happy, and it warms my heart to finally be showing you guys how I use my budget planner here on camera. So that one is done. So the main page we're going to be focusing on is going to be our August budget. So I'm actually this is the beauty with having inserts, that you don't have to be flipping back and forth. I'm going to have this on the side and go based off of those numbers. And then I also have my calculator here next to me to total things up. As you guys know, I don't disclose our income, although I am thinking of possibly disclosing the like brand deals in UGC and how much I'm earning from that every month, just because I think that'd be something that I would have liked to see prior to starting to make these videos, so that you have an idea of what you can earn. That definitely will be coming on my TikTok. So if you follow my TikTok, you'll probably see that video pretty soon. First, I'm not even going to lie, it was a little bit rough for us to get back into a budget for these categories. So we were over that, along with the fact that everything is going up. I was telling Victor how crazy it was, because I'm mainly the one who does all like the grocery shopping and whatnot, but specifically for like things for Vitto, like let's say like his yogurt, that went up a whole $1 in the month of August. Like it hadn't even been a whole month and it's already gone up $1. And I know that it had gone up prior to that, but it's just so crazy to see things just going up and up and up, and there really not being an end to it. So I don't know if we're gonna have to up our groceries even more than this, which is crazy. Like we've never spent $500, but also our family is growing, so some numbers are probably going to stay the same, some are going to change for September. I'll have a whole September monthly budget in my September monthly reset video, which should be the one going up after this. But it's just crazy how everything's going up, and I don't know when this is going to end, guys. For groceries, we ended up spending $493.83. So we were under by $6.17. Then for eating out, we were over. We spent $172.73, which means that we were over by $22.73. I'm just going to mark that with a red pen, which I saw these red pens in my shop. I might be down to like my last couple. So if you are looking for a red pen that writes really nicely, especially in these insert papers, definitely check that out. Then for household, we were over by quite a bit, and I think this had to do with the fact that we had to stock up on all of the items that we buy in bulk at Sam's, like toilet paper, paper towel, napkins, and it's just kind of a lot, you guys. So we ended up spending $125.64. So if I keep seeing a pattern of us being over in a certain category, I might end up increasing it eventually. So one of the categories for us will be household. I feel like 80 was good back in the day, but we might have to increase it a little bit soon enough here. So we were over by 45.64. Then for gas, we were actually under. We spent 129.08, which means that we were under by 30.92. That's definitely going to help. I don't know how much. Then for babies, this was another category that we overspent in, and that was 194.94. This might have been because we ended up buying some diapers. Although Vitto is potty trained, we still are buying pull-up, which is not really much compared to the price of diapers, but we are still buying those for him because he's wearing those during his naps right now and overnight, which if you're a parent of littles, you know that's another hump that you have to go over. Here we were over by 44.94. Then for beauty, I was under. I spent $66.81. That means that I was under by $13.19. Next up, we have our bills that vary. So we have gas. This was a little bit higher by a few cents, $24.12. So over by 12 cents. Still has to go in red. Then electric, that was $63.82, so under by 10.18. For water, that was over. It's $31.23, so over by 8.23. And then gifts, we spent a total of $96.32, so we were under by $3.68. And then for unbudgeted, I went ahead and added all of the red unbudgeted stickers that you guys saw here. And those totaled up to $126.60. And those were mainly things that we don't have categories for, but that we ended up buying just because we don't have a category, let's say for clothing. And I know Victor bought some shirts, I bought some shorts. Then I think we bought like some card shuffler for our game night. We've been really into having game nights with Victor's siblings and their girlfriends, and it's really fun. And we were just talking about getting a card shuffler because we play so many card games. So stuff like that, that's no specific category, but I mean we still bought it. So that is part of unbudgeted and maybe something that wasn't necessary, but we did it and we're just gonna move along from that. So in total we are over by $126.60 because we don't budget anything for this category, but of course we still have it because there's always unexpected expenses that happen and we like to keep track of that. One more thing that I want to make note of here is that Victor didn't get a haircut this month, and it's actually funny because he ended up getting his haircut the day after, so the first day of our next budget. So we're just gonna put 0 here, but I'm not sure if he's gonna end up getting 2 haircuts. I'm pretty sure he's not, but all that to say that we didn't spend those $45. And I think that is it for the expenses. We can now move on to the actual section of our totals. So let's go ahead and add up our actuals for variable expenses. We have $493.83, $172.73, $125.64, $129.08, $194.94, $66.81, $24.12, $63.82, $31.23, $96.32, and $126.60 totals to $1,525 with 12 cents. And then for fixed expenses, it should be different. Usually it doesn't change, but since Victor didn't get a haircut, that is going to change. So just let me quickly do that or total them up. So the total for that is $2,969 with 1 cent. And those two together, so our total expenses for the month of August were $4,494 with 13 cents. Of course, once the video is done, since we don't disclose our income on camera, I will go ahead and put our expected and actual income, and then I'll subtract all of our expenses from those, and then whatever is left over will go towards this box, which we're currently trying to pay off our debt. So that's our main financial goal for this year. So that is what's going to go in this squared off box. So that is how I go about closing out a monthly budget spread. As I'm looking at this budget and just reflecting as to the past budgets that I've had when I was single, when we first started combining our income, my husband and I, when Vitto was born, and now with our second son, Richie, it just comes to show how expensive having like a baby is, like how much we're putting towards that, and also how other categories are going up. That, along with the economy and how crazy it's been, just makes me think about how important it is to not only give myself grace, which is my word of the year, but also to keep working towards our goals, to maybe making more money by having other jobs. Like Victor has side work that he does, and then I'm doing more UGC work and content and whatnot, and all that really helps out to pay for these bills. So although we don't have everything out perfect and we're not under in every single category, I definitely want to give us some grace because this is our first month back to budgeting. And the most important thing I think about budgeting is staying on track and staying aware of your expenses. So if you're not tracking your expenses, you're never going to know where your money is. And I feel like we were always like, okay, we should have more money. Where is all of our money going? And having a budget and tracking your expenses is definitely going to let you see exactly what you're spending your money on. So I always recommend to start budgeting if you have not started. With that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking with me throughout this whole video. If you're still watching this, I'm so glad to say that budgeting videos are definitely back. Be on the lookout for more of these. I would love to know in the comments down below if you have ever seen my weekly check-in videos, if you would like me to bring those back, if they're too boring for you, as well as comment how your August went with your expenses. As I mentioned, things have been going up and I've been having this need to maybe increase a few of my categories, as well as what has your biggest struggle been in your budget. I feel like ours, as you guys can see, has been our babies category, but I feel like now that Vitto is potty trained and we have bought him some pull-ups and we won't have to be spending as much on diapers, we'll start seeing this amount go down. Aside from that, I feel like eating out wasn't a big problem for us before. It might have been because my cousin was here from New York and just stuff like that that adds up. So I'll definitely keep a close eye on those, as well as household. Yeah, household for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video again. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.